There you go. I don't know why. I usually say the lady's going to make the announcement. So we're going to record this session. So if you just want to make yourself comfortable, so just think about what that means for you today. Okay, you've had many mindful practices and experiences in the past, and hopefully you'll have many mindful experiences in the future. There is only one now. So just take a moment to think about what embodying comfort means for you today. And when you feel as if you've made contact with it, bring your eyes to a gentle close. You can leave your eyes open and leave them capped, as we say, and have a point of focus. So usually a candle or an object, maybe something on the carpet about 2 or 3 feet in front of you. I just personally like to close down my visual sense. So just while we're settling in and closing down that sense, just take any last minute suggestions, any last minute moves. And just feel the body dropping. Just feel the support that's coming underneath you. And just allow yourself to connect with that support. And just gently noticing the body just begin to settle, begin to quieten with that feeling of being supported, that the chair or the bed is providing for you. No matter where it is, you're just giving your body permission just to, oh, I can relax. And just ask yourself why you've come today. You don't need to answer the question. Just pose that question and trust that at some point during the day, the body will speak to you and reveal an answer. Just be mindful that the body doesn't speak in words. So just be open to receiving that togetherness, that communication, however it's presented. Could be in the middle of EastEnders. It could just be something that somebody says on the screen, and it takes on a slightly fourth dimensional meaning. And it's just for you. It's just you who's speaking to you. And from there, just listen to any sounds that you can hear in your immediate environment. So any sounds within the room, perhaps the heating pipes, or perhaps the cushion that surrounds you as you relax and let yourself be supported. And then just because we're here and we've done some preparation, if it feels safe and comfortable to do so, the invitation is just to step inside the body and just listen for any sounds that your body is making. So you might hear your digestion rumbling, your clothes against your skin, as you're breathing, you might hear the rustle of zip just rising and falling. So just pay attention to how noisy is the body, or is it quiet? Just a gentle inquiry into how we're feeling today. And there's no right way or wrong way of feeling. There is just feeling. And then from that sense of inquiry, bring your attention to the center of your chest. And some people refer to that space as the heart space. And you can just visualize that space in the center of your chest. And just because we're here, let's see if we could perhaps visualize a tree in the center of our chest. So this could be a tree that you see every day. Maybe you look out of your window and you see one. Or maybe it's a tree that was in a back garden when you were a child. Maybe it's one that just appears. So just get a sense of that tree in the center of your chest. And if the tree might look a little bit barren at this time of year, but if you look a little bit closer at the tree, at the ends of the branches, you can see that they're not as barren as they first appear. There are signs of growth, small developing buds. Just look over the branches and see that at the ends and along, you can see those buds beginning to form. And then just come back along the branches of the tree to the main trunk. So this could be really thick, or it might be thinner. But just see if you can touch that trunk. So you might want to do this by turning your palms over perhaps and putting your palms against your thighs. Or perhaps you can just immediately feel the texture of the bark beneath your hands. And just stay present. If your mind starts to wander, anything, what on earth am I doing sat in my lounge, hugging and touching a tree? Just don't judge yourself. Just remove that pressure from yourself and just come back to the tree. Just see if under your fingers you can feel the tree's tide. And sometimes the tide of the tree, the gentle, subtle movement, your gentle, subtle movement might take a while to appear. Just try and see if you can stay within that moment, within this moment, in this moment, and this moment, and feel a gentle pulsating or a gentle swaying. And then, because we're imagining, let's follow the tree down to the earth. So let's come down the trunk to where the tree meets the earth. You might encounter some grass there or some gravel. And whatever meets you there is what is. Just see if you can see the roots that are flowing down into the earth. So if you need something more visual, just imagine the bottom of the tree as representing your feet. And just feel the earth supporting your feet, Feel the earth supporting the tree. And it really is the earth. So with your fingers, your toes as roots, just start to follow that down through the carpet and the foundations. Remember, living plants, living beings can move through concrete. Might take a long time and a lot of work goes into it. And it takes a long time to actually stand back and see the progress of the root as it goes through the concrete. But when it goes through the concrete, it goes back to the earth. Feel the soil. And just ask yourself how the soil appears. Is it dry or moist? And then just imagine those roots going further down into the crystalline, molten core of the earth. Just take a few moments, look around and see whatever's in front of you. And then just begin to retrace the roots. You can leave the roots there. You're just gently following them back up to meet the soil. And following the route that they've already made through the concrete, back up to the foundations. And then dropping the image of the tree and meeting your feet completely. The balls of both of your feet. So the underside of the toes, the big toes, and the second toes, third, fourth, the little toes, and then just feeling the soft ball of the foot just behind the toes. And then coming back, feeling the arch, coming back to the planter, to just below the heel of the foot. And just feel how supported the entirety of the ball of the foot is. And then just see if your legs are relaxed. See if that relaxation in the ball of the foot gives permission for the legs to release. Remember, this is what releasing looks like for you. So they won't necessarily be floppy. There'll just be something about them that you can notice. Maybe you're noticing how much you're still gripping in the hips. Just see if you can soften that. just 1%. And then coming up through the abdomen, just that heart space where we envisioned the tree, where we started. And just rest there for a moment, knowing that everything's connected. And then from that space, just tune into the body and just ask or see if it feels any quieter. It might not do. Like I say, there's no wrong way or right way. There's just a present moment inquiry and a connection with that moment. And then just take your sense of awareness outside of the body and become aware of anything that's making any sounds in the room or the house around you. And then bring your attention back to your body, sitting in the chair or lying. And then back to the room. And then back to the body. And find a picture of yourself in your mind's eye, of yourself sat in the room. Beginning now to bring some gentle movement to the extremities, to the fingers, first of all. Just see if you can just clench your fists or move your fingers in turn to your thumbs. And then your wrists. And then you can mirror that in your feet, just becoming aware of yourself. Become aware of the outline of yourself and bringing your eyes to a gentle open when you feel ready.